So, all right. So we are live at 10 minutes in. Now we are going to go ahead and get started as good. Getting on my video. So a recap from my a recap from yesterday. So if you saw my little quick snippet short on YouTube or on I think I put a little live video on Instagram last night, but I was saying how I got my website up and going. So remember I said yesterday that it was that the website was actually not loading right on my phone, and so I got that to work right. I went over there and just deactivated a plugin for my back end on the website that I had downloaded. So I just had to go over and push a button. I did not make it through my website to check every link, which I think is going to be quick and easy and fast, but I did not do it. But what I did do is tend to my emotions e-course. I did tend to that as I am editing that and fixing that layout in PDF format. So it's a PDF file. I uploaded into Canva I created it in Canva, but then I exported it out of Canva. And now I needed to put it back in. I put it back in Canva to edit some things. And then the whole file was just not, the way, and you know what, it's something. I'm just thinking, why did I have to put it back in Canva when I made it in Canva? So that means it was already in Canva, so I could have just went from the original, right? This chick here. But now I'm all the way on day 21. It is 30 days, how to be anger free in 30 days, and it is a no drip e-course, meaning you get everything in front of you, everything at one time, access to everything, so you can do it as fast as you like. You can do it one by one, day by day. However, so you get all the PDF files to read along with it, and I actually read through each one and talk through. So you'll have that video. They're all YouTube videos, so they're linked over there. And what else? I think that's about it. So that is what I am editing. I'm not any of the videos or anything, but the PDF file. And what else happened yesterday? We did the 6-hour prayer. So we finished the 6-hour prayer. So excited about that. And very, very productive yesterday. Very, very good. So today we are going to be talking about, I'm just going to be giving some affirmations straight from from my affirmations book, You Are Worthy. And let me go ahead and shut down that, bring up the PDF. There we are. So from the You Are Worthy affirmations and with the workbook. So you can get it with the workbook, or you can get just the affirmations without the workbook. They are available, but the workbook does include the affirmations, and it's 29 love expectant affirmations. So you are worthy to be loved. I don't care how many times you've been married, divorced, in relationships broken, or in that one relationship and you didn't feel it, or even if you are in a relationship that is not that you just don't feel loved in, you are worthy to be loved, right? So it is, the workbook is titled it's a reframing loneliness. So you're in a relationship and you probably pretty much have already come up in your mind that you are not going to leave, or it's not enough to leave, or for whatever reason you are staying. So if that is you, then just reframe your outlook on what loneliness is, why it is that to you, why you feel that way, why you're looking outwardly to be fulfilled. So let us see, because we know Adam, he wasn't lonely, he was just alone. So he was solo, right? So this worksheet, this actual work that's inside the workbook, teaches you how to reframe loneliness positively and productively. And that is what we're going for. We want to produce results. We are looking for results. Is that trash, Sophia? So throughout the book, you will find questions, step-by-step instructions, exercises, and examples to help you better understand loneliness and how to deal with it. Take the time to complete and answer each question thoroughly. I'm telling you, it helps honestly and thoroughly. But if not, I can actually do this workbook with you, and those services are over there. It'll just take one session. We can go through it one session, and it will be package number 1. You will get the business starter kit. It'll be 45 minutes, and that time starts after our intros and we getting acquainted. So definitely, if you would like me to go through this book with you, I would definitely go through this book with you. Package number 1 over at, let me get over here, over at CoachAlwonza.org. That's where the services are. Which are not in the, okay, they're my services. And coaching package number 1. Let me put that link right here. And minimize that. Put it in there. All right, so you can follow that link. Go ahead and get package number 1. I can go through this book with you, and we can go ahead and knock this thing out. Like, we can go ahead and knock out these, how you're feeling about loneliness. It's not that you are alone. We're talking about loneliness, your emotions and your feelings, right? So, I ask simple questions like your negative thoughts or feelings that come up when you think about loneliness. How have you come up with that word? What made you think that word was truly exactly who you are at this moment? And how did you get there? And what exactly is that? Like, you came up with this word, you've been calling yourself that, and now I want to know why. You want to know why. Did the word just pop up into your mind and then you just did it? Or you just began to say it, claim it, receive it, and live it? Or is it something that you've tagged to an experience in life that you really, really need to face and confront, right? Or did someone actually say, girl, you are lonely? Man, you are lonely. You need a girl. So that is what we are... that is what I am going to go through, and we can figure that out together. You don't have to suffer alone, and with help you can always, it speeds up things. I'm telling you, it always speeds up things. Help speeds up things, right? So do you know the difference between loneliness and solitude? Do you know the difference? Like, what are you doing during these times that you are lonely, alone, in solitary, right? Let me see. Then I ask, how do you reframe loneliness in a positive way? How can you restructure what you consider, what this dive or slope you have that you may find yourself in? How are you getting actually through it, right? How can you reframe it and start doing different habits, right? And that and I do have a habit tracker journal that is coming out, so stand by for that. But and I might make it a bundle. I might bundle my journal with the reframing loneliness. We'll see. Then we take some time of reflection. Just taking 1 minute, 2 minutes right there on the phone call, and we're just going through and we're just saying, take a moment to reflect what was happening. Just get silent. Like, just shut up. Let me shut up. We just stop talking and you just think about everything that was just said. Things that you just spoke out of your mouth, right? Let me see. Examples of positivity is, I am worthy of love and connection. You can be connected with someone just like Adam was connected to Eve, right? He knew his wife. Yes, we know that the sexual connotation, but we also know that they became one. So what he liked, she liked, what he thought, she thought, like they moved in unison. And that is something that that is that connection when you're with your partner and you actually are happy. You are with them and you want to be there. You want to be with them, right? And you tell yourself you are not alone. Even if you are single, you are not alone. Why? Me as a Christian, first of all, I have Jesus living on the inside of me, Holy Spirit, the Godhead bodily. I am not alone. Next, whether you're a Christian or not, you are not alone. You have you, yourself, and I on the inside of you, right? You carry who you are, your mindset. Your flesh thinks, your mind thinks, your heart thinks. You are not alone. Just tap into whatever is communicating to you in your physical body, and just begin to communicate and see what is your brain telling you to do. What is your heart telling you to do? What is your gut telling you to do? Regardless, you are not alone. It's impossible to be alone. We're not created that way, right? And you are capable of handling loneliness. You can get through this. This is just not even a setback. This is, well, if it was a setback, it's not anymore. Like, you may consider it a setback, but actually it's a thrusting forward, because you've made it this far and you realize, like, hey, I don't have to remain like this. Not mean you have to go out and find somebody to connect to or even get closer to the one you're with. It just simply means a mindset shift. Changing minds, changing lives. That's exactly who Alwonza is. That's when you go to my site, when you pull it up, it says changing minds, changing lives. That's it. It's just a mindset. You know, I've written a book about money, about mindset. I work with the mental up here. This is who I am. This is what I do. Alwonza works with the mind. We get your mind right, you right. They're right. And it says, I can find joy and peace in solitude. Find something in you wherever you are, no matter what you're going through. There is joy there. There is peace there. Now, we know that those who are Christians that have Jesus Christ living on the inside of them, that peace surpasses everything. That peace is unmeasurable, right? Immeasurable. Therefore, but not as a Christian, you find your peace and your happiness in things that you can do. Like Christians, we tap into Jesus Christ. He's already on the inside of us. We just receive it, believe it, know it, become aware of it. We are enlightened to him. Non-Christians, you find that thing that you like to do, that joy. Like me, before I was answered the call on my life, what did I do? I went driving. I love driving. I love the beach and I love the zoo. Hands down. I do those things. I'm up. I also was an alcoholic and a chain smoker, but then, you know, how much joy did that give me, drinking a depressant, right? But I love the beach, I love the zoo, and I love driving. So, yeah, and then we're just gonna end it with some more questions in the workbook here. But today, out of the affirmations, reframing loneliness workbook, make a list of the things that you can do while you are alone. Make a list of the things that you can do while you're in solitary. Make a list of the things that you can do by yourself that does not require aid from someone else, help from someone else, relationship with someone else, engaging with someone else. You find things that you can do that are strictly for you, right? Strictly for you. And that is what we're going to end talking about this workbook on. And open your heart to receive love. Open it. Sometimes you're just feeling lonely because you won't let nobody in. Past trauma, hurt, abuse, got your feelings hurt. Now you offended. Little guy done left you. Woman done cheated on you. Something done happened. Now you done shut down. Open back up. Who cares? Life goes on. You still alive. And guarantee you that person is moving on, breathing, living a strong entity, right? So, it says, I attract love and positive relationships into my life. These are the people that you attract, whether business relationships, personal relationships, sexual relationships, intimate relationships, mother-child relationships, father-child relationships, parent relationships, business relationships. It does not matter. It is positive and it carries love. Love. And love is peaceful. Love is not abusive. Love is not fearful. Love is strange to some people, but love can be don't know what it looks like or experience it. You might experience it for the first time. It might blow your mind. You're like, what? Do you care? So that's that. So that book is over there at CoachAlwonza.org in the store. Head on over there. Grab your copy. Most things in my store are less than $20 because my journals and planners are gonna I think they're the most. But for the most part of my in my ebooks are at alwonza.org. But for the most book, the journals and planners should be generally under $12. You can grab you one depending on the journal and the thickness of it. But this Reframing Loneliness is just $7, the workbook. If you just want the affirmations alone, they're $5 and they come in 4 different colors. Okay, that is on this store. So let us move on to what I really want to delve in and talk about this morning, which is eating. Why eating is not a bad thing. We know that, right? We love eating, and yet we are eating and still dying. So I am going to go to Matthew 4. All right, so Matthew 4:4. And we are just going to start at 1 and read unto 11. And we're going to break this thing down, okay? So, let me go over here. I'm just blowing it up, baby. Blowing it up. We about to do something over here on this channel, right? Because who knows? It's Alwonza. So, who knows, right? Who knows, baby? So, all right. This is Matthew 4:4 talks about when Jesus was tempted. And when he was tempted of the enemy, right? Meaning, tempted meaning to do something against what he knows is right, against what is forward moving and progression, right? So a temptation will throw you off, be a shiny object, knock you off guard and things like that. So let us see. Matthew 4:1 reads, Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And the devil simply means the enemy, right? He just simply means the enemy to you in this situation. What is contrary to you? The devil. He is definitely, let me see. I'm going to pull it up over here. I can pull it up right here. I hope you guys have these Bibles with the, you have the original Greek rendering where you have the, not the commentary, but the dictionary with the words, right? So, according to the Greek original rendering of devil, it is a traducer, specifically Satan, false accuser, devil, and slanderer. So, I also have, I want to let me check and see something. If it's going to rain all day, it's going to be, it says mostly cloudy. Rain supposed to start, 30%. So I might have a little window to take her out today. But, let us get over here. Let me check what it says in this one. So Matthew 4:4, it shouldn't be any different, but one goes more into, the one on my phone goes more into depth than the one on my computer. And it says the devil, and it says prone to slander. It says traducer, Satan, false accuser, devil, slanderer. It says calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, applied to a man who by opposing the cause of God may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him, prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. So when I say, like, I hope you got a Bible like this, you know, it just, you can touch the word and it brings it down in its original rendering. So you can get the context of the word, because the words mean more than one thing, right? So he was tempted of this thing that lies, kills, destroys, steals, you know. And let me set that right there. But yes, and the devil's diabolos, right? And it has the diabolos, where the we've heard that movies and titles and names that people do certain things under. But yeah, so he was tempted of whatever was contrary to God. I told you what was contrary to what was right. And so that's exactly who he is, and that's exactly who he presented himself as when he approached Jesus to tempt him, right? So since I'm going to look over there, let me go. So it says, verse 2, and when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward in hunger. So Jesus was hungry after fasting. That is something to be expected, right? I could say expected, but it's what Jesus had. He had hunger afterwards, right? So it says, and when the tempter came to him, verse 3, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. Now let's break this down. First of all, Jesus himself fasted. So he's been communing, killing his flesh with the Lord, talking, strengthening himself spiritually. And yet the enemy comes to the flesh, because the flesh is now weak, right? The spirit is greater. The flesh is weak when you're fasting, right? So the flesh is weak. He comes to challenge the flesh, to satisfy the flesh, even to see if the flesh is going to speak. And Jesus said unto him, he said, and when the tempter came to him, he said, which is Jesus, if thou when the tempter came to Jesus, Satan, devil, Lucifer, Diabolos, whatever, right? When he came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. So he was speaking to the fleshly part of Jesus, because he knew that part was hunger and thirsty, was just like, famished, right? So he went to the one thing that he knew worked. It worked with Eve. It worked with Eve. There's nothing new under the sun, right? It works with people today, still eating and yet dying. Still eating and eating and eating and eating and trying to feel that place that should be filled by the word of God, with the things of God, and they're filling it with food, or trying to fill it with food, and it doesn't work. But you're consuming more and pounds and pounds and pounds of food, and then it's just living on you, living and increasing, and it's starting to look outwardly. I don't care what it is. A fat person don't get fat from just sitting down doing nothing. Fat people get fat from eating. So when you're eating, what are you eating for? What is the purpose? You know, eating to live is not gaining weight. Eating to fill a void is gaining weight, right? So if you're just eating what you want to eat occasionally, like over drastically and all the time, guess what? It's no medical condition. It's nothing. It's a mindset. I'm telling you, it's a mindset. Weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, is a mindset. It's a mindset. But what are you doing with that mindset? Why are you eating? Jesus could have ate because he was hungry. It just fasted, right? But he's not eating to live. He's not eating natural food to live. Eating natural food to live is it's an oxymoron. It's impossible. Eating natural food to live is an error. If that's how you think, and that's what your mind is thinking, that you're eating to live, you're not eating to live. You're just eating and still dying. You're just satisfying yourself. I'm going to go eat because I haven't eaten today, or I'm going to eat 3 meals today, or I'm going to go to lunch because that's what we do at work, or I'm going to go and eat because this movie is good and I'm going to sit down and eat while I watch it. Why are you eating? I'm telling you, if you know me, eating is overrated. I think even eating is overrated. It's not necessary. And I don't care how you flavor it up and say, even, oh, girl, you ain't ate my dish, or you ain't ate this, or you ain't had this. I've had a lot of foods, and I've had a lot of organs. I've ate a lot of plant food, too. I have eaten. And to me, it's still overrated. It's something that just has to be done continually, and yet we still die. So to think that you are eating to live, you're lying. And then what happens in hospice? Or you have someone who has Alzheimer or dementia, then they stop eating, they die. Because that's what they believe, and that's the words that are spoken over them. Oh, she's not eating, she's going to die soon. She's been eating for 90 years. And you mean to tell me she stopped eating for 2 days, she's going to die? Come on. Anorexics. There are some thriving, strong, living, walking anorexics next to you. How are they living? They're not eating like you are, and yet they're still walking around living. Don't put so much weight on eating, because this is how God answers. Listen how God answers Satan about food, people. Matthew 4:4, the climax here. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. So you can look at bread and be like, money? Like what? Don't touch my bread, man. Like what? Why? Because that's his means to an end. That's his means to his food, filling his belly and his stomach, right? Or you can look at it and say it's a natural entity. It's a natural food, right? Don't mess with my bread. And it's like, verse 4, he said unto him, man shall not live by bread alone. And bread is a loaf, food composed of flour mixed with water, baked. The Israelites made it in the form of an oblong or round cake, as thick as one's thumb, large as a plate or platter. Hence, it was not be cut about. Loaves were consecrated to the Lord of the bread used at the love feast and at the Lord's table. Food of any kind. Come on, y'all. Food is overrated. You are eating it every single day, and yet you die. You eat it every single day, and yet if you don't eat every day, they say, oh, you're fasting. Why does it have to be a title tied to it? Oh, if you miss a day, you don't eat for a week, oh, you're gonna die. I was fasting when I was on 40-day fast, no food, no water. And then somebody said, oh, you're gonna die. My mom thought I was gonna die. Mom, I'm still here. Did my kidney shut down? Did it die? What? No. Someone said, oh, if you're not hungry during a fast, you're doing it wrong. Or if you're not hungry after a fast, you're doing it wrong. Tafia qua. Like, where they do that at? Like, your stomach talk that loud? Like, I can't even say I wish my stomach would. Like, let my body start telling me you hungry. You what? Well, I ain't eating. I get attitude. I will seriously get an attitude. When I was at work, people was like, Alwonza, you need to go to lunch because you get hangry. No, I was an alcoholic, bro. I needed my drink. Hallelujah, right? So where they thought that I was hangry, no, I was thirsty, bro. I wanted my drink. I was an alcoholic. So at lunchtime, let me go. And all I did was just go eat a salad, or I'll go throw in the trash. Or, someone would, give me something to eat or something like that. But you ask my children, my family, from the time they know me, this sister has never been one to consume food. And the only foods I really eat, they are staples to me, are spaghetti, are potatoes, mashed preferably, Alfredo spaghetti, noodles, pastas, and beans. And I like to soak my beans and dry beans, and vegetables. Like vegetables, rabbit food, lettuce, and stuff like that. So I just eat the same thing over and over and over again. And I do eat tuna. And my mom, so I'll put tuna in the pasta. So it doesn't matter if I use the pasta, the red sauce, the Alfredo sauce, or I'll put tuna in the pasta, just the pasta dishes, right? And my mom used to get so mad at me. You can't eat this every day. Because I don't cook. I boil eggs. I burn them. I boil water food. You know, all of my, you see the foods that I eat? They are water-based, water consistent. The pasta, the potatoes, and the beans. They're just water. The tuna, fish out of water. So that is me. That is me. And I don't have to eat every single day. I drink this for taste. This is not, coffee does not wake me up, stimulate me. It doesn't do anything. Why? Because I haven't given it any power. I don't drink it for the power that I'm saying, oh, coffee is going to liven me up. Hey, shikata. How can something created for me be my essence in living? How can food be created for me to enjoy? Like Jesus said, the Sabbath was created for man, not man for the Sabbath. So how is food being created that I live? Oh, it's to be enjoyed. Yes, eat those gumbos and eat those greens and eat all those Aunt Jemima type foods. Enjoy them. I'm telling you, they are good to the taste. They are delicious. But with the mindset that you're eating to live, that's just the wrong mindset. It's just the wrong mindset. Jesus said in Matthew 4:4, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. You can't live off of food. So to think that you are eating just to live, that you are living to eat and that food is sustaining you, it's a lie. You can't live by that alone. So he tells, but, it's a comma, but. And come on, grown people. You know, anything after the but dismisses everything before it, right? But, alternatively, however, you know what I'm saying? So you can add it to it. You can remove it. You can place the comma, you know, anything in the text of the comma. You can move it around when it has a comma in the sentence, right? So it says, but by every word that proceeds. Men shall not live by bread alone. You can't live, but you live by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Come on, people. And you're thinking, oh, well, sinners live a long time. Do they now? Do they now? Why? Because I leave why sinners are living while they're living, okay? Why smokers and people with who are alcoholics or on drugs outliving their parents, are outliving their nice healthy person who drinks who juices every single day and come on, like, be it unto your faith. This sinner is shooting up heroin in his veins every single day long. Like, this is my food. This is why I'm living. As long as I keep doing this, I am going to live. So he's giving it power. He's giving it weight. And that speaks to him. So when he doesn't get hungry, he gets that thirst for that drug. And that is what he says my food is. So if you're doing the same thing with food in your kitchen and eating out your refrigerator, when you stop or don't do it, you immediately think that you are going to die. The same with the heroin addict. If he don't get it, he thinks he's going to die. You don't die. If you know you're not going to die, that you go through withdrawals or you go through, you stop cold turkey. I was an alcoholic, y'all. I had a license to drink in the United States Navy. I had in my record that I went to the hospital. I spent days in the hospital. I was told, sitting at that desk, that they couldn't do anything for me because if I stopped drinking, I would die. That's what he told me. Who knew that God was going to call me years later? And I stopped instantly. I stopped drinking, like, just immediately. No taste, no nothing, and I didn't die. But I thank God for the license that I had when I had it at the moment. Because why? I was drinking. I was drinking and waking up, going to sleep all day at work. I had a license. It was in my medical record that if I was to stop drinking, I would die. So guess what? But guess what? Also, the enemy will put things in place for you and keep you bound by giving you a license to do it. So because I had a license to it and I was free to do it and nobody could check me on it, I did it. I did it and I enjoyed it. Come on. And again, it was something to be consumed. Drugs, inhaled, injected, food to be ingested. Oh my goodness. Drugs, inhaled, food, the smell, the saliva starts stimulating, your gastric juices starts turning. Food, you give too much power to food and eating. Who cares? I'm telling you guys, like, one of the hardest jobs in my life is feeding this baby. Why? Because I don't eat like that. But she has to eat like that. So I'm like, sometimes I often have forgotten, and you can take it how you want to. I've often forgotten to feed the baby. And I'm just like, oh, you're crying because you're hungry. Oh, so now she gets up and goes to the kitchen and stand there. Now I put food out. I put things out for her and I leave them there. And I used to be like, oh, it has to be warm. Oh, it has to be this. That baby don't care. So everything isn't warm. Like her breakfast, she has eggs and hot dog. She has her juice, and she's eating some hot dogs, and she's eating most of all the eggs this time. Last time she ate none of the eggs and she ate all the hot dogs. So I fried the hot dogs and stuff like that for her for breakfast this morning. But I put the food out as she loves Pringles right now. She might not like them tomorrow. Well, I put them out for her yesterday. She didn't eat any, but last week they were like, she couldn't live without them, you know? So I went and bought a bunch of Pringles. So now this week she didn't even eat them, you know? And then, what else? She loves popcorn. I gave her popcorn yesterday. Left that out. Just leave it in a bowl for her. Things like that. She loves fruits. Cherries, grapes, strawberries. She gets her delicacies of whatever. I'm trying to talk fancy here. But she gets her filling of strawberries every Sunday. And what else? So those things are hard. Like cooking a meal, like that ain't happening. Toya, I never used my oven. Never. 2 years. Never. In the last 2 years, I've never used an oven. I've never used that oven. And if I have French fries to bake or frozen, or I'll go out and try to eat some French fries. What are they called? Those famous seasoned French fries in the frozen department of the store. My children used to eat them all the time, so I buy them periodically, and even when he comes, or I would buy them for him. But I have a microwave that bakes, so I don't use my oven. If I needed anything to bake something, I would just put it in the oven, in the microwave oven. But a real oven, Toya don't cook. Seasons only have bouillon cubes for my noodles and salt and pepper. Oh, I have some garlic in there. I have some garlic because I think I wanted some garlic potatoes one time or something. I don't know, but I don't even use it. Like, that's it. That is me. And if food is an issue for you right now, I tell you, that food thing is bound up. He does not speak in it anymore. He is leaving you. It is done. Cast out. No more food issues. Food does not control you, and you do not eat to live. You do not eat natural food to live. You don't. Think about people who hike and go on all these hikes, and they got all this strength. Do you think they sitting up there eating, they're eating high protein foods, real snack bars and stuff like that? Do you see them sit down eating, whatever every 3 hours? Or munching? No. Like, people who live out there on the grid. I'm not saying everybody, and I'm not saying I can't really pinpoint anything, but like, you'll have the people who it's just weight. WEIGHT, weight, and you see somebody who is big, obese, and I'm not talking about what the world calls a body index and all of that, and what is obese and what isn't. Looking at someone who outwardly is fat, you know that their flesh spent a lot of time talking to them during that season of their life, or even still currently. Now, instead of silencing the food, they try to work out. Then they want to alter what they eat, yet the food is still speaking to them. So now they're like, okay, I'm not going to eat all these steak and potatoes, or I'm not going to eat all these these foods that make me gain weight. I eat, you know what I eat? I eat potato chips. I eat potato chips. I love my jalapeno green bag of chips. And I eat them with ranch dressing. Because I don't like fried foods. Potato chips are fried foods. I just don't like fried foods. Like, I don't like the grease. I don't. But I like potato chips. And I can't eat just one. So, these are my things. Like, I'll eat some potato chips. Like yesterday, did I eat anything? I don't think so. I ate some potato chips. I told you after the live yesterday I was going to go eat my potato chips. What did I eat after that? Oh, I said I was going to eat. My dad brought me some food. My dad is good. He'll bring food and put it in my house. And Lord and behold, I opened it up and it sit here for so long. I threw away some food the other day because it was expired by. And thank God for the Holy Ghost. He was like, check the date. And I was like, oh, canned good. So anyway, canned goods full of salt expire. When salt is a preservative. But yet people have high blood pressure, hypertension, or whatever from high salt related foods when salt is a preservative. We are the salt of the world. And yet people, saints and Christians, are dying from excess salt. Naturally excess salt. I tell you, whatever believe, it's a mindset. That's what I'm here. I debunk the mindset. And if you think that you are eating to live, you are wrong. You are wrong. And if you think that, okay, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm going to shift in what I eat, your flesh is still speaking. You're not going to, what weight are you going to lose? You're going to lose that. You have to change your mindset. And most, oh, well, I'm just going to eat rabbit food. Oh, I'm going to be a vegetarian. There's some fat vegetarians out there. I'm just going to stop eating after a certain hour at night because I know what happened. What about the other 15 hours you've been feeding your face? It's a mindset, people. It's a mindset. The power that you give food, it still speaks. I don't care if you stop eating cereal every morning and you change it to eggs or a piece of fruit. Come on, it's a mindset. It's where you give your power to. It's what you give your energy to. If I think this coffee is going to stimulate me and wake me up every single day, then without it, I will feel lethargic. And you think I'm going to give that much power to some food? Something that was created for me to enjoy when I feel like it, not all day? And who said you're supposed to eat 3 times a day? Who? Who said you're supposed to eat breakfast, snack, brunch, snack, lunch, dinner? Who says you're supposed to eat on a lunch break? People go tell you to eat, go do something and go feed your flesh. That's what businesses tell you to do. And you go do it stupidly. I'm just going to go eat some lunch. Then you're going to eat. Then you're going to get tired. How productive are you after lunch? You know? And then when you're racing to work or you're late and you're on your way to work, I got to grab my breakfast, girl. I got to eat my breakfast. I got to get my cup of coffee. Oh, my goodness. If you realize the things that you are saying, the effects that they are having on your life. If you just change your mindset, there's a little more freedom you gain. And it says bodily exercise profited little. So as soon as you start working out, you lose a few pounds and you be like, oh, God, I'm good. This workout is doing good. Or I changed the way I ate and I lost weight. Well, if you're just eating rabbit food and you're not eating greasy, fat, fried steak and potatoes, then guess what? You're like, you don't have that weight in you. Some of you just lose weight because you start eating salads. You're not eating heavy foods. And now you don't have all that weight in your bowels, all that food backed up in your bowels. And guess what? Now you feel like you done lost weight just because you done pooped it out. I'm telling you, ignorance is bliss, you guys. Food is not that important. No. No. So, all is well. I hope it changed your life, the way you think about food and the power that you give it. You can't live by food alone. You can't. Who says you got to eat 3 times a day? Who says what constitutes as breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Some people won't even eat breakfast foods at night because they're like, oh, that's breakfast. The devil is a liar. And they say, oh, you break your fast, so you eat lighter foods. So breakfast is supposed to constitute light foods. Well, why don't you just change it and switch it up? Eat the light foods at night and the heavy foods during the day, because you ain't going to be productive. Because your mind said, oh, I eat this at night, it's dinner, now I need to shower and go to bed, or I just need to relax and watch a movie. It's the way you think and your mindset. I'm telling you, change your mindset, you change your life. I'll tell you right now, you go over there and get my services. We need to have a service. We need to have a talk. You fill out that intake form and you tell me, hey, I got a problem with food. Food speaks too much to me. Then guess what? I can help you on that real quick. I can help you. Sometimes, you just be like, I can help you by hitting you upside your head. But we're not going to talk like all that, right? All is well. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to tune on over to stop by coachalwonza.org and grab you some services. If you enjoyed this video, definitely like and subscribe to more every day. I'm here. And share it with someone. It's enlightening. The videos are being left up. They're added to playlists, and you'll be able to enjoy them at your leisure, right? Follow me on Instagram at Alwonza, Coach Alwonza on Instagram, as well as visit alwonza.org as well for my mostly non-coaching literature, my ebooks and things of the sort, just who I am, Alwonza being Alwonza. So thank you for trying to say my name and saying my name and pronouncing it, because every time that you do, you are saying, I have overcome, I have won, Alwonza. So I win. I'm a winner, and so are you. And with these affirmations, head on over to coachalwonza.org. Grab you some, but stay tuned for the new content. I'm always creating something new and digital, because I am a digital creator coach. I love creating. So until next time, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to this power hour on what? Who Knows podcast. Because who knows what Alwonza's going to say, like today. So, love you guys. And until next time. Alwonza out. You heard my baby say my name? She said, Alwonza out. Bye, guys. Till tomorrow. Nope, till Monday. See you. Bye. Out.